All right, let's get to this Heisman race. So
Yep.
right now, the media is pretty much pushing three options for the
Yep.
Heisman. One is going to be LSU's Jayden Daniels.
I called him at the beginning of the season. Let's go ahead and put it up there. Called him preseason.
Balling out. Washington's Michael Penix. He's been balling out. Toward the tail end of the schedule, has been a little rough for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one, my choice, the guy I told you at the beginning of the season.
I called Jayden. So what are you talking about? You acting like I didn't call Jayden.
We both leave over in this household.
Then Jayden's still been outperforming that man. Not record-wise. Jayden is outperforming him, but Bo gonna win it.
I got Jayden. Bo and Mike go head-to-head Saturday.
Exactly, Art. Talk about it.
That's what we want to talk about. So
Mike already got one this year. Mike already got one.
With Jayden putting up these numbers and all that, I'm gonna start off with you, Dave. Mm-hmm. Has Jayden wrapped up the Heisman?
He has not done enough for it to be in his hands. So no, he has not wrapped it up because he's lost too many games.
Okay.
Had they lost less games, he's a runaway Heisman Trophy winner. Mm-hmm. But because of their record, he's allowed for voters to have that doubt about him. But on the field, can't tell me my boy ain't the best player on the field when he touched down. That boy out there performing. Like with his arms and his legs. My dog out there doing his thing. But the voters are going to take record into account. So, that's why I say he has not wrapped it up.
Art, what are your thoughts, man? Has Jayden wrapped it up?
Nah, I feel it only because he has those losses. If he didn't have those losses, this thing would be a lock. It would be a lock. But he can't. He does have a shot.
He does have another shot. Yep.
Depending on what happens Saturday, but as we've seen the whole season, these two guys gonna put up some crazy numbers on Saturday.
They are.
If they putting up those crazy numbers again, he solidified his number two spot at the Heisman invitation.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something else. If Jordan Travis didn't get hurt, he's the runaway Heisman Trophy winner.
You think runaway?
Runaway.
Yeah,
only because of the record.
I think he would have been in New York. I think he would have been a New York invite. He would have been a New York lock. But
they would have pulled in. They would have invited four. They would have invited four just off his record. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because I've talked to a number of fans or whatever, and they tell me they're like, "Well, Bo hasn't played anybody."
That's
I'm
my
like,
argument. Yep.
But to use that argument is kind of disingenuous with Jayden because three of his four biggest games, he's lost them.
Yeah. Yep.
And by double digits. And in all three of them joints.
But that's on defense. That's what I'm saying. I know the record counts.
That's why I set that trap because once you start talking about, well, it's on the defense, you can't say that because in theory, your offense ain't scoring every time you get the ball. So in theory, you can't lose by three or so scores because of your defense. If you're that much more of an efficient offense, it should be a one-score game. Every time your defense allow a score, I should be right in it. Because it was the same thing with Bryce Young. Bryce Young's defense wasn't there like that. But he always kept them in games.
He didn't have no closers.
They had talent. They had talent, but as a whole, that Alabama defense was suspect, right?
So definitely their back end too.
Exactly. So I just whenever I hear somebody argue that schedule statement, I'm like, yo, you gotta play it on both ends because Jayden, he lost three of his four most important games by double digits.
Right, the L's look bad, and I think that's what the difference is ultimately for Jayden Daniels. However, I do see him as a top 10 pick, easy.
You think so?
See him as a top 10.
I agree with you on that.
Has he overtaken Caleb or Drake May in that quarterback situation?
Like not for the NFL.
So. Drake,
I could never follow Caleb Williams. The way this man be crying on the sideline, I'm sorry. Like that man wouldn't have made it in the locker room, but my boy. Like it's tough. And I feel him. I feel him on being emotional, but my boy, you supposed to be crying with your family. When the man went and sat in the stands with his mom, I lost it. That was it. That broke me, fellas. I'm not gonna lie. You can't go cry with mama. Mama ain't blocked nobody. Mama ain't catch no slants, no dig routes.
I got him on the same plane as CJ Stroud, though. They that same kind of.
Stop it.
You know, they that same kind of.
You ain't gonna do my dog CJ like that. My
man did just win the Heisman over CJ last year.
Who? Bryce?
Caleb.
Caleb. Oh, but that's only because the voters like Caleb. Now, to be honest, Caleb had a little bit more dog in him last year. It's been real sensitive train this year. My dog was out there
all this season.
He did. And the money, and you're right. The money make you soft. The money make you soft. That money make you soft. Art, you ain't lying. That money make you soft. Yep.
But that outrageous comment he made talking about he wanna own a small percentage of the team
before you get drafted. Boy, you don't get out of here.
He gonna be undrafted free agent.
Hey, come on now, I'm about to say, come out here to CFL. He's trying to organize. That's what you're going to be playing. Come on, my boy.
Okay. We're going to be playing for the Oklahoma Bulldogs or something. Hey, he can own the whole team, the whole franchise.
Straight up.
But that's all the reason. But talent-wise, my man, he's still the most talented quarterback. But definitely. I didn't like that part. That was not good for my man image. I don't think that the leader can be that much just detached from the moment.
Yeah.
Like another thing too that I look at too, like I always feel a type of way when they give a Heisman trophy to a guy that got to come back. Because like now it's like now you got to live up to that.
You're right.
You got to live up to
that
expectation. And then like you say,
it's hard to duplicate that.
He realized he wasn't going to be able to do that, so now he started turning into a crybaby. You know, he started showing it. You know, he started doing a little too much. You know,
showing that pressure get to him. That pressure bust pipe, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That pressure start getting to him.
Because they were preseason. You know, they preseason this
all everything.
They supposed to be in the top 4. They barely beat Colorado.
I'm trying to tell you, struggle with Colorado.
So
that's a whole different topic, man.
He's supposed to be like go back to what Adrian said. He's supposed to be like Bryce Young was. Like every time your defense give up a score, or you supposed to be able to go down and put up a step.
Yeah.
You supposed to be able to get us 7 easy. So
yep.
Yeah. But that whole situation at USC this year, that's probably one of the biggest disappointments in college football.
Oh yeah. Yeah, them boys are supposed to be much
They went
better,
into the transfer portal. They got
everybody you want.
Players.
They got the boy from Georgia. They don't stole our D lineman. You know, Big Bear. You know,
defense was still slow, but
very much slow, boy.
But they coach But I was looking at some of their games, man. The kids don't even listen to, and I apologize for calling them kids. They young men, but they don't listen to the defensive coordinator, man. He be in the huddle trying to talk to the kids, and break it down. Nobody put their hand up to break it down with the coach. He just be talking. You know what I mean?
They know that man's scheme is trash, dog. They like, man, we about to get
lost
40 burger dropped on us. They like, man, this man, the coach just got us out here doing anything, boy. That man playing cover 4, and we in Mountain. Like, coach ain't have it. He wasn't setting them up for success. Like, but in reality, that's why he had to go, because, he had them boys out there looking bad.
Super bad.
You can't be no 5-star recruits. But that's the only reason with Caleb. But as far as talent-wise, I think he's still the most arm talent, best quarterback in college football. My guy Drake May ain't too far behind, but I don't think he got it between the ears yet. Like,
I never like a North Carolina quarterback.
They just don't. They starting to prove it. There's something iffy about them. Something iffy. Go back to my boy who was with the Bears a couple of years ago.
Trubisky.
Yep. Good old Mitchell. Yeah.
And my thing is, they normally win 6-7. They average around 6-7 ball games won. And they always have. Oh, this is one of the best quarterbacks
top
in
7,
the country.
top 5, top 6. We don't see.
Like how you top quarterback and you can't even you winning 7 games? Like you barely bowl eligible. Like come on, man.
And they got players.
Yeah. Right.
And
you in the ACC.
You in the ACC and you struggling. You out here struggling with Syracuse. What are we doing out here on the field?
Tough, man.
Exactly.
It's tough. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, look us up on socials at SuplexDinnerClub. And be sure to check out our other projects. We talk college football on Dogs versus All Y'all. That's a weekly college football podcast where we don't just talk about the Georgia Bulldogs. We talk about all things college football. The Life and Times Pod, which is short for the Life and Times of a Restaurant Lifer podcast, where I have some chill conversations with some cool and interesting people that I've met in my years in the hospitality industry. And of course, check out Talk 'em in the Building. That's a pro wrestling podcast where we solely focus on the promo. We talk about the talkers, we hype the hype man, and we pontificate on the promo. It's a fun project, and if you're a pro wrestling fan, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. The Suplex Dinner Club family is growing, and I would love for you to be a part of it.